What do you think about our idea?
I think it's quite unique and like individual, but also like follows like a normal convention, because it's like yeah.
Yeah, I think it follows the like horror conventions really well, but it still leaves a lot of narrative enigma.
Has it grabbed your attention?
Yeah, it's quite like unexpected because the start you think like the girl's missing, and in the second half you actually find out he's holding her hostage. So I think it's quite surprising.
Yeah, I think the soundtrack's really like eerie and suspenseful.
What do you think could be improved?
I just think the male character, like the main one, could maybe have a bit more, like, I don't know, just sort of like emotion, like in his language. Like, it's just quite static, maybe just a bit more build up. But yeah.
I don't think there was anything.
Okay. Do you think these locations are effective that we used?
Yeah, I think they're really like believable, like with like the lampposts, like sticking posters. It's like what people do in like real life, like when someone goes missing. So it's really like believable, and the cellar's like really believable as well because no one would like find her.
Yeah, I like the cellar and the kitchen scene as well. The kitchen scene was particularly good as when he placed the plate next to him as well, you can just get the feel of the character and how he acts and behaves.
Can you think of any better locations we could have used?
Nah, I thought they were pretty suitable, to be honest.
Okay. What do you think of the cellar as the ending of the opening sequence? Does it make you intrigued to watch more?
Yeah, I just think it's a really like intense location, and it's also quite suitable to your storyline. So it just sort of ties in nicely, and it's just quite intense.
I agree.
How do you feel when watching the ending scene?
Like quite on edge, like because it's quite believable. You just sort of feel like just involved. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the suspense is built up a lot more towards the end, so it's a lot more like engaging.
What are your favourite opening sequences from films that you have seen and why?
I like Harry Potter because when like Hagrid drops Harry off on like the doorstep, it's like kind of like a mystery as to like why he's there and like who Harry is.
Probably The Godfather, part one, the wedding scene, because that pretty much sets the tone for the rest of the three films on the family like based being around the entire film, and it just sets the genre.
Is there anything you hate in particular film opening sequences and why?
I hate when they're like not really intriguing because you don't even watch the rest of it, or when it's like really a slow opening because you get like bored after like halfway.
Yeah, something that doesn't really catch your eye as soon as it happens, because you just get bored throughout, and it doesn't have a meaning throughout the rest of the film.
What is the first thing you think of when looking at the film title?
I think it like makes the situation clear because it's like another word for cellar, but it's also quite like a daunting way of saying it. Like the vault is just unusual; you don't normally hear of it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very sophisticated, because you could have said the cellar,
Yeah.
but instead you changed it.
Does it communicate the genre of the film effectively?
Yeah, like it's really clear, but it's not too clear. So there's still like narrative enigma there. So we question like what's going to happen in the film.
Would you go and watch this film at the cinema?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, definitely.
What rating would you give the opening sequence out of 10? 10 being excellent, 0 being rubbish.
I'd get like a 9 or 10.
I'd give it a solid 8.
Thank you guys.